So our first submission is going to be our ankle lock, and the reason why is our arm's already there, right? So there's no reason not to be cranking on their ankle. If they have shoes on, the ankle lock will be significantly easier than if they don't have shoes on. So don't feel bad if you're having trouble finishing it. Also, another thing about the ankle lock is that ankle locks are really good to manipulate somebody's knee. And if they got shoes on, they're a really good way to break someone's ankle. When someone doesn't have shoes on, a lot of times you don't get taps out of ankle locks unless you break a bone, right? It's weird because people just tolerate it because, I don't know, people tolerate it. And so almost all the times you see someone tap in a made for ankle lock, it's after you hear a snap, right? It's not like you have with arm bars. So with ankle locks, you have to be kind of prepared to put it on real hard and break something. If you feel like you can't break something with an ankle lock, what's cool is we can always stand up. That's the lesson you guys learn first, right? So if you're cranking, you go, I can't tap him, then stand up because you can. Does everyone understand that? If you go, don't know what I mean, say I don't know what you mean. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why there's no risk, right? Because I can always back into standing up if I can't finish them with a submission. And then the whole thing was totally functional and going from bottom to top. If that's all it does, that's awesome. If it leads to a submission, that's awesome. So we'll do ankle locks first. If you knock them on their butt, it's going to be different than if you knock them on their hands, okay? So we'll do the one if you knock them on their butt first. So you knock them over here. If you can, you want to get the better leg control where both feet are in there. That will slow down his counter fighting a little bit, right? If you can't, it's totally doable from here. But ideally, you get both feet in, okay? When I've got both feet in, my top leg is straight here, okay? Do you see how my knees are close together and they're pinched? That's completely incidental. I have no choice. There's a floor right here, right? If we're over here, my legs can be wide and he does not feel better about where we are right now. Do you guys understand? The ankle lock and the reap is what has him under control, not the knee pinch. You feel me? Okay. So one more thing I want to check actually, Lego, is I want everyone just to find a spot on the mat and just do this. Can everyone sit like this, please? I need to know right now if you cannot sit like this. Everybody can do this? Say no if you can't. Or forever hold your peace. You can do this? All right, then you can all be reaped, so calm down. All right? If you can do this now, you can do when someone's doing it to you. Relax, right? If you try to push your knee against it, go ahead and push your hand out. You're gonna go, that doesn't feel good, right? Then don't do that, okay? So when he's reaping over, don't try to stiffen your knee into it and then get mad at him when something pops, right? So when he's got me in leg control here, he's got that over like this, switch your legs out, I'm fine. It's when I try to like flex my knee here, then he straightens back, that things start to go bad. And that's not his fault, that's my fault, right? Just not paying attention to my own, you know, anatomy. You know what I mean? Like that's, if I can sit like this, I can't straighten my leg into his leg. And depending on how nice he is, he can make that real mean. So like, for instance, if I've got this straight and he just try to lace it in, he can't lace it in if it's straight. If he straightens his leg and goes, pow, I guarantee you he's gonna get my leg bent, right? So don't mess around with that. Don't try to keep this straight when you're in this position. Don't do this, right? That's not how we're gonna solve this problem, all right? So let's go back in our position. So we're here, ideally both feet are underneath here. If they're not, that's fine for right now. My arm, let's say it's in the middle of his calf, not where I need to be for an ankle lock, okay? I'm gonna take my hand here, and I'm gonna lift his leg up. I'm gonna move my arm back all the way to his heel, okay? Do you notice that my wrist is against his Achilles tendon? That doesn't matter. I can put the fattest part of my arm against his Achilles tendon. That doesn't matter, all right? I'm not trying to put pressure on his Achilles tendon. I'm trying to dislocate his ankle, which means it's gonna pop up here, not down here. I don't care what part of your arm is back here. That's not the submission. I don't care if he's wearing cowboy boots. It's not gonna matter. It doesn't matter what's back here. I'm not trying to attack the tendon, right? I'm trying to dislocate his ankle. Has everybody at some point in your life, in your adult life, rolled your ankle, right? You rolled it, maybe sprained it. Of course it's a real injury, right? Why would you think that if someone's trying to do that to you, it couldn't be done? So when someone's like, ankle locks don't work, I'm like, that makes no sense. You can do it by yourself walking down the street, right? So you can walk and go, wow. So all I have to do is do that to him on purpose, right? This way, right? So we're here. Get back here, lift the leg, put your arm in, wrist, doesn't matter, okay? Pull this into your chin. So once I've got this into my chin, what I have to do is glue his toes back behind my shoulder and glue his heel behind the center line of my shirt. So I glue his heel back here. Now when I put my hips in, the hips are going that way, and it's gonna pop his ankle in that direction. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to hyperextend his ankle, because a hyperextended ankle is an injury you guys have never heard of. I've never heard of that. That's not an injury. You hyperextend elbows, right? Knees, you don't hyperextend ankles. That's not how they work. You sprain ankles, which is going to be the roll, right? So we're here like this, shoulder back, elbow down in this direction. So if you need to punch your arm all the way in to make it feel tight, go for it. If you think your body type works better with your wrist, here, go for it. It doesn't matter. Okay? That's not what's important. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Has everybody heard that you need to have the sharp part of your wrist against? Is everyone taught that way? So was I, right? But that doesn't make it correct, right? You're gonna get used to the fact that things you learn are gonna change, especially in something moving as quickly as grappling. That should not be your focus. I was taught that you have to put this sharp part back here too, and then I found out that it has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not this works, because that's not what's gonna pop. What's gonna pop is up here, that direction. I can actually do it with nothing there, right? With nothing here, I can do the same injury, right? So all that's doing is help me generate the leverage to roll this way, that direction. Do you guys get it? Mm-hmm. So do it one more time. Who wants to feel it? Me. Come here. So I'll do the other side. So we'll do this side. We're here, like this, ideally in there. Hand up, back here. Shoulder back, elbow to my rib cage, in that direction. Now, if I come in here, is that better?
Can we get a close-up, Chris's face?
So what? Shoulder back, elbow to my rib cage. That's not better. It doesn't feel any better than when I had it here, right? It has nothing to do with it.
All hurts.
Oh, yeah. Can be here, whatever.
That's because you're rolling his foot.
Right, rolling his foot, rolling his ankle. I'm not trying to put pressure on
You're
his
over his
foot.
Achilles, you're rolling over the side of his foot.
Absolutely. I'm not
Actually,
attacking the Achilles.
His flare ways, it looks even tighter.
So, yeah, it's oftentimes
That's
this can be
tighter when it's
better.
out, because it's rolling the foot even faster.
Okay? Hand up, shoulder back, elbow down. Hips. Hand up, thumb to your face. If you do this out of order, it won't work. If I roll my shoulder and my elbow down, I cannot lift my hand. So this is gonna flare. Shoulder and elbow are gonna flare until you get your hand to your thumb to your chin. Notice that I'm laying on my tricep here. I don't have this buried. Laying on your tricep here. Have you guys ever heard to like bury your arm on an ankle lock? Maybe you've heard that before. That's because I'm burying the ankle lock. That would make sense if I was going in this direction, because I'm doing the same thing to his foot, and the floor is helping me. When I'm going in this direction, don't bury this arm. That just means you can't use this bicep, right? Use both biceps to pull into your face. Other details. I know I'm giving you a lot of details, but I'm going to make some corrections. Other details. Don't gable grip. I want everybody to imagine they're lifting weights, okay? Visually, come on, do this, lift weights, all right? Getting swole. How much harder is it? And you can lift weights this way too, we do that sometimes, right? How much harder is it to lift weights like this? This is so much more difficult, right? You guys know that. You guys are all pretty swole, so I know you guys do this a lot. So when you're lifting weights, you've got this one's easier, this one's harder. If you gable grip, one of your arms is working, the other one's in your way, right? This one's curling like this, right? So our gable grip means only one arm's doing work on our ankle lock. So don't gable grip, right? If we grab like a guillotine, we're pulling both our thumbs up, both our biceps are working, right? That way we can use both arms when we bring this in versus here, where this arm's not doing anything really. It's almost fighting me. Okay, so grab like a guillotine, both thumbs up, shoulder back, elbow down. Rice Krispies. Okay? Let's give it a try.